Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tuesday on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. It's Tuesday, October 7th. Been up since 5 a.m. today. I'm feeling friggin' awesome as usual. Had 3 cups of coffee upon waking up. 6 o'clock I went and trained a client, came home, had a glass of warm water with 5 grams of creatine. Got the kids ready for school on the bus. Been doing some video editing. It's now 10 a.m. Time for me to get some food in my system, eat some breakfast, and this is gonna look a lot like it did yesterday. So I've got 8 egg whites in there. I fried that up in a teaspoon of coconut oil along with a red pepper and some green onion. At the end, I melted 30 grams of cheddar cheese and topped it off with 3 tablespoons of salsa. I've got 1/3 cup of oats there with half a cup of blueberries, and I sprinkled some cinnamon on top. Now the difference between today's egg dish and yesterday is that yesterday I had a whole egg in there and I didn't have the melted cheddar cheese. So whenever I post a breakfast like this or a meal that has egg whites in it, oftentimes I get asked, Scott, why all the egg whites? Why not use just whole eggs? The yolk is where all the nutritional value is. And I agree, and it's why I have a ton of whole eggs throughout the week. If you follow my daily videos, you see that, there's a few days of the week where I'm eating 3 whole eggs. I bet 3 times a week I'm doing that. And then many times in an egg dish like this, I'll have 8 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. And I won't melt the cheddar cheese on top if I do something like that. Because I'm looking at total calories at the end of the day. A big reason for using the egg whites is that I'm trying to get in the ballpark of certain macronutrient ratios or macronutrient numbers. For protein, I usually kind of follow the gold standard of 1 gram per pound body weight for protein. And some people argue that you don't need that much, and some people will argue that physique athletes like myself could benefit from bumping up their protein intake to up to 1.5 grams per pound body weight. Some people are even saying you could go even higher than that. But on average, I try to at least stick around that 1 gram per pound body weight, and I find protein meals very satisfying as well. So if you look at 8 egg whites, that's 120 calories and 28 grams of protein. Now if I had 2 whole extra large eggs, that's 160 calories and only 12 grams of protein. So I'm getting 40 more calories from just 2 whole eggs and less than half the amount of protein. So it's gonna make it more difficult for me to hit my protein target at the end of the day, and a lot easier for me to hit my fat intake at the end of the day. And I've really noticed that it's very easy for I try to keep my fat around 25% of my overall caloric intake. It's very easy to get it up near the 35% if I'm not careful. The other thing is that 2 whole eggs, even though it's more calories than the 8 egg whites, look at the volume there. That is a lot more food and a lot more filling and satisfying than just 2 whole eggs. So those are some of the reasons. That's why I have the egg whites in there. And I use the egg beater, like cartons. There's a few different brands. I think right now I just get the Kirkland brand from Costco. So I'm not cracking eggs and separating the yolks and all that stuff. I just get the cartoned, the pasteurized egg whites, and it serves me well. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and I will get back to you soon talking about training again later on this evening. One of the things that I do is we're training at 8 p.m. tonight, and I talked yesterday about spreading my meals out throughout the day, how more challenging it is when I'm working out later on in the day. And I know for sure post-workout, I'm gonna have a post-workout shake that's 300 calories. So I've already entered in MyFitnessPal. I've entered in my breakfast. The calories here, we are looking at about 475 calories for this breakfast. I've already added in my shake, 300 calorie shake that I know I'm gonna have at the end of the day. It just helps me kind of budget my calories throughout the remainder of the day. So it's one of the little tips that I follow to get me through the day. Anyhow, gonna eat this. I will catch up with you real soon. All right, so it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I am on my way to go train my 94-year-old client, Bill Wilson. And on my way there, I decided to stop off at Starbucks, grab myself a treat, oat fudge bar, along with a tall red eye. Usually grab this when I train Bill, sometimes after, sometimes beforehand. So far this is only my second meal of the day. Not sure what I'm gonna have next. I know we got a little bit left over of the pork kebab that I had last night. might make a wrap out of that or something for dinner. Then hitting the gym later on tonight, 8 p.m. I will catch up with you soon for more behind the scenes footage. It is a wet, dreary day out here. Hopefully I can get out for a walk with Chief. Even if it's wet, who cares? We'll get our butts out there. Catch up with you soon. All right, so it's been a little while since I've eaten, and I'm getting ready to make my dinner. And this is the issue with going a little too long between meals. I feel like snacking, and I'm a little impatient, even though my dinner is going to be quick and easy to make. So I'm grabbing myself a little handful of these Ritz Munchable crackers, looking at about 12 of them. So only 50 calories, but still, if I had spaced my meals a little bit closer today, I wouldn't be munching on this stuff right now. All right, catch you for my dinner in a couple minutes. All right, dinner time. Grabbing myself a little wrap using the leftover pork kebab from last night. Melted some cheddar cheese on a whole wheat tortilla and got some red bell pepper slices to add on there. This will be a full stuffed up wrap, and looking at it, it's under 400 calories, probably around 360, something like that. All right, gonna be hitting the gym in about 45 minutes, so grab myself a little pre-workout snack. I got some Greek yogurt, just 1 tablespoon of Nutella, and some thawed out frozen strawberries, looking at about 250 calories. All right, it's time for some training footage from our killer leg workout. We began the session with some heavy deadlifts in the 4 to 6 rep range. And now we're moving on to the hack squat, where we are performing some myo-reps. And this first activation set, we are aiming for 6 to 8 repetitions with quality form, working within your own personal full range of motion. And notice how I am not locking out at the top. I keep a slight bend in my knees. This keeps the tension on the quads and prevents you from kind of resting at the top. And I also lower myself in a controlled manner right at the bottom. I don't allow myself to just drop right down. I keep tension throughout the full range of motion. So we're resting for about 15 to 20 seconds here. First activation set is 6 to 8 reps. Every set afterwards, we're aiming for 2 reps. Now, I wasn't sure this is our first time. This is phase 12 of the aesthetic muscle plan. This is our first week on this program, so it's a little trial and error, trying to get a feel, make sure we're doing the weight right, get our rest periods right. Initially, I thought I was going to need to rest a little longer. I was going to push it to like 20, maybe even 25 seconds. But as I got going here, I realized, you know what, I can keep this going with just 15 seconds rest. So the first 2 myo-rep sets, where I'm doing 2 reps here, the rested period was a little bit longer, closer to 20 seconds, and then I reduced it afterwards to around 15 seconds. I was able to shorten up that rest period and stay strong. So your goal here with the myo-reps is to continue performing 2 reps with 15 to 20 seconds rest between sets for as long as you can, until you get to the point where you know you're only going to be able to perform 1. Really, I should have, you'll notice I stop at the end doing 2 reps. I knew for sure the next set I wasn't going to be able to get 2 reps in, so I stopped, but it would have been best for me to continue on and do 1 more set with 1 repetition. So 6 to 8 reps the first activation set, and then 2 reps per set with 15 to 20 seconds rest between sets, and continue to do that until you can no longer do 2 reps for those myo-rep sets. This has been a lot of fun, and we're working in some myo-reps in every workout of the aesthetic muscle plan phase 12, and some of them were in the 6 to 8 rep range. Other times we're performing them in the 10 to 12 rep range, and during those sets we've definitely reduced the rest period to like 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds, and for the myo-reps there, we do 3 to 4 reps per set and continue on with that. We'll share some more footage of that in future videos. This felt freaking absolutely freaking awesome to do a high volume leg day. After doing high frequency training where we're working every body part for a month, 5 days a week, and we only chose 1 exercise per body part for each of those 5 training sessions,
It felt really good to get back to the volume, back to these body part split routines. My legs are feeling, I felt it immediately, especially after doing this. My quads were cramping for the rest of the workout. And we focus on hamstring throughout the rest of the workout as well. And my hams were cramping, my glutes were cramping. I'm recording this the day after, the morning after. This was an evening training session, 8 at night. And I am already feeling the DOMs kicking in big time. So delayed onset muscle soreness didn't delay all that much for me. So this is just the beauty of, I had a blast doing the high frequency training program. I have a blast doing the body part split training. I have a blast doing a variety of training splits, and my enthusiasm right now is sky high. I love the difference in how my body, the adaptation responses that take place within each of these different types of training splits. We didn't experience muscle soreness from the high frequency training. It was a different kind of feel. This I love. I really love DOMs. I really love the muscle soreness post-workout. So I am embracing this. I love this feel. It was just a fantastic workout. Post-workout, had a 300 calorie full strength shake and went to bed shortly after. Got a great night's sleep.